So I just learned this thing that's like really obvious, but it's I think it's I've been trying to like crack this social media nut for a while, and it turns out to be effective on social media, you have to be social. Yeah, I mean it's pretty obvious. I should have realized this a while ago because it's in the name and everything. But what I used to do is I'm a hater of social media in a lot of ways. I know how bad it is for our brains, how it's like engineered to just kind of reach for our terrified biological brain that needs to be socially included, yada yada yada. So I would like occasionally stop by on social media to like post something, whether it's for my business or personal, and then I'd like check and see if I got some likes and stuff. Maybe, you know, here and there I'd like browse my feed and like some other people's stuff. But it was very, very much of like a drop in, mostly focused on like, what do I get out of this? And then like, peace for a bit. But what I've learned in some recent experiments on Instagram and LinkedIn is that there's so much great capacity to build real offline social connections with people by using social media effectively. When you take the effort to DM people that seem like interesting, relevant contacts and have coffee with them, or comment on their posts, or just kind of like start to build actual relationships. Like, I think these platforms are kind of cool sometimes. Like in the last 3 weeks, I've met with probably 6 or 7 or 8 people, most of whom I had never met before, but just like as I connected with folks on LinkedIn that seemed to be in like a relevant, interesting field, a couple folks on Instagram that, you know, are designers doing interesting things. I said, hey, it'd be cool to know you, or they reached out to me. And then you meet one person and you tell them you're interested in growing your network. It's amazing how many more introductions you get. So I heard somebody say recently, I can't remember who, but the analogy of social media is like, don't be the cool kid at the party. Don't be the one that's like standing off in the corner all like too cool to talk to these nerds that are there. Be the friendly one. Be the one that is going up and introducing yourself to people, some of whom may not want to talk, but others of whom are like lonely and would so love to have somebody to chat with. And so on social media, I'm trying in a limited amount of time, because again, I have this dilemma. I don't want to like be sucked into the social approval mind control thing. But for certain chunks of the day, I want to be engaged in these platforms, and I want to make sure that I am deeply engaging with other people's content and not just putting out my own stuff and expecting them to give me attention if I'm not willing to give the same amount of attention to other people's stuff as I want them to give to my own. All right, that got a little rambly. Don't be the cool kid at the party. Nobody likes the cool kid anyway. Be the friendly one.